Okay, we're doing this. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So last year I made a video about my GCSE and A-level graphic design portfolio, and I promised I would make 2 more videos at least, one about my college and one about my university portfolios. And I promised I did, but when I watched it back it was all blurry and I kind of gave up. So here I am, take 2, and I'm going to show you my college portfolio. So this is the portfolio which I would have been working on for 2 years. I did a BTEC National Diploma in Graphic Design, which is a 2-year course in the UK, and this is after I'd done my A-levels, so this was a tough decision to make rather than go to uni straight from my A-levels, but so worthwhile, and I'm so glad that I decided to go to college because this was the place that really moulded me as a graphic designer, and this is where I learned all of my skills, where I had an amazing tutor and I learned most of like the foundation of my graphic design skills. So it was a pretty important 2 years in my life, and yeah, let's have a look at what I did in those 2 years. So the first project that I ever did at college, obviously this was like a big deal because this is the first project, first impressions count. The first project that we did was to make a modern day style version of a Shakespeare's play poster. I was given The Merchant of Venice, which I'd not heard of if I'm honest, but basically the story's about like a pound of flesh and like sacrifice, and basically this is my poster. So as you can see, the type is made from meat. Now it's a bit of a funny story with this one because I actually made the letters with the mince meat, and then as you do on Friday afternoon I put the meat mince, because I only bought like Tesco value stuff, it wasn't good enough to eat, put that in the bin because I was finished with it. We came back to college on Monday and it stank because the cleaner hadn't emptied the bin. That's my memories of this poster. Also, this poster got a really good grade, so that was a good start to my college time. Yay! So on a BTEC course you do like quite a varied range of things. You do live drawing, you do gouache painting, which I found really scary. I chose this image and then we had to section it down into 4 different like colorways. So I went from that to that. I've just dropped the full one on the floor. And then there's also this and this. So it's just about like breaking it down. I don't know. Anyway, just thought I'd show you because it's something a bit different. And I also worked on this. So it's kind of about like photorealism and how you make things look real. I mean, it wasn't the best attempt. Roses are really hard. I'm not very good at this. I'm better on a computer, thankfully. The next project that I've got here, yes, that is me and my friend on the floor pretending to be a geek. Basically, throughout my life I've had a bit of a, I want to say problem, but it's not like that much of a problem, an issue with like really geeky boys always liking me because I'm just a nice person. I'm not horrible to geeks. I kind of was one at school, so I always got the geek that really liked me, and then I just like, you know, I was friends with him, so I couldn't be horrible and be like, ugh, get away. Anyway, so I came up with this geek repellent idea, and yeah, so I just made like a whole brand around it. It was called Glitch, the irony of like geeks and stuff, and this is what the packaging looked like, which I actually think is a bit awful right now. It's awful. Like, I love the concept's hilarious. Obviously it could never exist in real life, but I did a really fun photo shoot around it, and it was really fun. And also it got picked up on this website called The Trend Hunter magazine, and they featured it. and I don't know if they thought it was real, which is hilarious, but yeah, so that was my first experience of being on the internet and my work being on the internet. That was exciting. So we also worked on like some infographic-y things. So I did this kind of how to make a James Bond martini, which I don't really like this, but you just have to do it. Also worked on some magazines. So I worked on this magazine about biscuits called Dunk, which I think is a genius idea. Yeah, and this is shot in my mum's conservatory with my nan's tea set. What's this behind it? Oh, we had to use a movie poster and we reversed it. So the shop around the corner is actually an old film and I had to make it into a modern movie poster for it. And then we did another one where we used a modern film and made it into an old style poster. And that was shot in my local florist. Another kind of small project was this. So we all got given like a block of text and we had to make it into something interesting. So I had this idea to take the style, you know, like on pencils, they all have like quite a, whatever kind of like HB or like what make of the pencil it is, they all have like their own little style. So yeah, I looked at lots of different pencils and then did the typing all in the style. So there's like lots of little details and fun stuff like that. So that was that. It just looks like a load of pencils, but that's what it's supposed to look like, so that's good. Okay, this is like a bit of an abstract thing, but basically alongside the graphic design diploma, we also did a course in like 3D design. So I had a little bit of an experience with like jewelry making and that kind of thing. So this was part of what I made. But because I'm a graphic designer, I wanted to make it into like a bit of a graphic design project. So this thing sitting over here, I can't really remember what the whole theme of the project was, but obviously it was something to do with like poison apples and revenge and stuff like that. So I made this box and it just has, oh no. Oh, it's got lots of other stuff in. Oh, exciting. But I made this box and basically it was just to house all of the paperwork from my idea development and all of that kind of jazz. So yeah, it's just like a seed box. And then on the back it's got like when it needs to be planted and all of the information and my name because that's important. And I've just noticed that there's some work in here that I need to show you. So I'm just going to take that out. Another fun project that we were set was to create our own typeface, and it had to be like quite a quirky typeface. So I decided to make an ice lolly typeface because why would you not want a typeface made from ice lollies? So that's it on some like ice or something. But this is what it looks like. I think it's quite cool. I think it's quite cool. And the fun thing about this was, so we had to like make it, actually like make elements and then make the shapes of the letters. What is she talking about, you're saying? In here, I've got ice lolly letters. Look. It's an actual like ice lolly. No, it isn't. Obviously, it's wax. But this is what I mean. I had like a lot of fun. I made a typeface. Look at this. So I made like a mold. It was quite a long process, but I made these like wax letters that kind of look like ice lollies. And then because I'd already made the letter molds, I made ice lollies. I've got pictures of them. Oh, it's upside down. Look, before and after, and they melted like real ice lolly letters. Oh, this was so fun. This was so much fun. I'm making a right mess. There is my college work, it's just exploded over the whole room. So another small project that we were set was to hand ink some lettering. This might look like it was just printed, but I actually drew this by hand and then inked it by hand. It's not an easy task, let me tell you. And that, oh, and that one. That was definitely a learning curve. I mean, it made you appreciate typography a bit more. Thanks, Chris. So another project that we worked on was to create well, it was like a box set of CDs for some classical music. So this was the final set, and the whole thing was like Mozart. I can't remember why I did this, but I did like, it was like a map themed, yeah, it was like a map theme. So I had like, I made these like mountains and it was all white, but you could see like shadows, and there was like little map key things. Yeah, I don't know, I've got the real CDs here. It's quite funny. So you won't be able to see, I don't think, but the type is like a map. It's like, you know, they go on like the mountains, on the contours of the land, like that, and they're all different. So yeah, some CDs. Does anyone have CDs anymore? And then, look, the disc has got a compass on it. There you go. So I guess, staying on the packaging theme, I might as well show you this. This is some packaging I developed for a drink called Kombucha, and the whole premise behind it was that it was like these singing birds that they keep in China. I can't remember exactly, but I think that's right. And it's something to do with kombucha. I can't really remember if I'm honest, but yeah. So I made this like belly band that was yellow. The rest of the whole box is white, and then I hope I don't break it. Then it unfolds. Oh, are you gonna be able to see this? It unfolds. You see, look, there's the bottle. It unfolds. I feel like I'm gonna drop the bottle, but basically, there's the bottle label. So the birds kind of make like a pattern, and so the box would properly unfold like this. So it's like a kaleidoscope of Chinese singing birds. And the really cool thing about this project was that it was actually featured in a real life book. Look, it's in this book, guys. I've got to find it now. Found it. Let me show you. Look! I'm in a book! I'm in a book, guys! This was really cool to be a college student and have your work in a real life book. It's a bit weird, but it's pretty cool. We're down to the last project now. This is the final major project, so this was a big deal. So I decided to design a design festival. So I did like the branding around it, I did the tickets, I planned out the whole schedule, I like really got into it. I was super invested in all of the speakers. It had kind of like a purple and grey kind of colour scheme, and then it had like this kind of scribbly pattern thing for different categories. What else have I got? There's just more nice pictures of it all printed out. Look, but look, it looks so nice. I don't think it's actually that bad for a college student. I think it's alright. And I actually like made the big schedule and all the tickets and everything. So this is one of the programs. Look at this bad boy. Whew. So yeah, my first festival branding. And then this is one of the tickets. So it comes out like that. And then basically it's like it's a ticket holder. So this is your ticket. And then this is the schedule. So it had different weeks for different, like there was a branding one, there was a packaging one, there must have been like an editorial kind of one. So yeah, I think that's basically everything. That's everything that I would have shown in my interview when I went to universities. Unfortunately, I took it out of the portfolio because I guess it was quite a lot to store, I don't know. But that is all of the things that I would have shown. That's my projects that I made while I was at college, and yeah, I've got a lot of good memories from my 2 years at college. And then in 2010 I went off to uni. So the next video that I'm going to film will be my university portfolio. So if you go back and watch the video from my GCSEs and A-levels, hopefully you'll be able to see that, you know, I made some progress. I hope so. Oh god, imagine if I didn't, that'd be a bit embarrassing. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope that helped. Maybe you're planning to go to college, maybe you're wondering what you need to put in your university portfolio, I don't know. But let me know in the comments what you thought. Let me know if you've got any questions. I will do my best to help, but obviously I'm not like an expert, but yeah, I'll always try and help. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!